Yes, of course. Welcome to another version of Salon Talk from the Uncle Sankara media platform. Well, of course, today now Wednesday, the 4th day of January 2023. Well, of course, we're live from the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, now Tower Hill, Freetown. Me, we the model the program. Me and Uncle Sankara, Executive Director. Well, of course, as usual, I deal with Production Manager, Chief Abdul Hassan Faki, Strategic Manager, Mr. Mohamed Kamara, and we resource person with Mr. Christian Lee, live and direct. I will tell you, say, make no mistake. And to be they say, 2023. Well, don't say 2023 now. So now what will they say now? June 24th. This year we are 2023. Vote President Julius Maada Bio for second term in office. Let's continue for standardize Sierra Leone. Well, we guest today. We don't tell now Saudi. You don't know now that the guest. Now the Honorable Minister of Planning and Economic Development. Welcome to Salon Talk, Uncle Sankara Media Platform. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Uncle Sankara Media.
Honorable Minister, people want to know the name, sir. What are you, sir?
Me and Dr. Francis Kaikai. Me and the Minister of Planning and Economic Development.
Okay. You go like for tell we listeners and cut across the world the function of your Ministry of Planning and Economic Development.
Thank you very much. As the name suggests already, this ministry, President Bio, as it took over 2018, they say this ministry will be created back because they've been joined up with the Ministry of Finance and the Economic Finance and Economic Development. So they say finance and economic development, obviously, don't lead to a lot of these problems, and problems always we don't face, and so on. Because once you join an important ministry like planning and economic development and finance, the focus will be more on the finance side.
Okay.
And all man they worry every day about how to mobilize money, how to distribute money, and all of that. But the important planning function, then and development issues they wait for cow, they're on the cow, and this was the case. So they create the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development in 2018 and make sure say it's standalone as a ministry. So the first minister been there when Nabila Tunis, Naomi can run the first time because me been there out na the UN. They represent the government, na the United Nations as permanent representative. So me come after 1 year, I can take over this ministry. But the functions of this ministry, they're very clear as I say. First of all, strategic planning.
Okay.
President Bio believe in strategic planning. You just grab the money and just say you do things. So it's very clear for say the next 5 years, what he want to do.
Exactly.
So this ministry being there for help for do that thinking there. The strategic planning. Based first of all on EU manifesto. You don't need everybody accept the manifesto.
Yeah.
So it gets a blueprint there of so many things and where the government will don't promise.
Yeah.
Maada Bio don't promise.
Yeah.
Before they come to power. So as he become president, how to transform the manifesto into a viable strategic plan for the next 5 years. So now that's what we focus on as a ministry. Than a one. Then the second aspect is economic development itself. What does that mean? It means how to put the country together for bring the economy back. Because mind you, 2018, we President Bio take over and then talk about the country being in austerity already. The economy being in austerity. And how to make sure that we get out of that austerity and make sure that we do the viable footing for economic development. So the ministry they therefore think about how to put all of this together, coordinate with all the line ministries concerned, how to put plans in together back for revive activities. Not only in Freetown but the rest of the country. For make sure say we get a plan. And therefore we put together what we call the medium-term national development plan. So the ministry began to take the responsibility.
Okay.
To put together the medium-term national development plan. We run from 2019 to 2023 this year. So that strategic plan, now I don't guide everybody. Now been one important role of the ministry. And today now the important role of the ministry. Because even going forward from 2024 till go, by God in power, we President Bie's second term beyond, we still forget a follow-up strategic plan still. So this ministry therefore lead that process.
Okay.
Also immediately after the elections.
Okay.
We'll make sure we get such a plan. We can run from 2024 to 2028.
Okay.
So that we are guided, in a new direction business. You can forget a clear direction, clear strategy as to what you want to do and how to put the whole country together to make sure that they happen. Now, that are one function of the ministry.
Okay.
And the other thing also, the ministry for contribute to economic development.
Correct.
And how you do them for work with all the line ministries for make sure you put that plan together. Because we'll not get one single policy, economic policy. We'll get beaucoup different policies. Like now, the government may not say we get what we call human capital development.
Yeah.
Human capital development, and now we put education, health, and food security together for achieve economic development. Very important.
Yeah.
Then the next pillar when you talk about diversifying the economy.
Yeah.
You get to go away from mining. Mining important to make no mistake, but we know for the just on one leg. How for make sure agriculture, fisheries work.
Yeah.
So now they produce.
Exactly.
And beaucoup people are in agriculture. The majority of Sierra Leone is there. How for make sure they're productive, contribute to the economy. So we also can get that. Fisheries also, and marine resources, they're really critical. Then from there we come to the infrastructure side. We get also transportation, get the water resources. We get everything we for do with roads around the country.
Yeah.
All these put together, they all are enablers of economic development. So as a ministry, how will they bring all these sectors together and make sure we're very clear about a roadmap now each sector, so that everything put together, they make sure it contributes to the country in transformation over time. So now the rollout of this ministry as well. So we they bring together, work with all the ministries, and as I say, not to just in the capital, but also in the provinces, for make sure things are working. Very quickly, because I can be on this the whole day.
Yeah.
The other part, like coordination work as well.
Okay.
Where they coordinate development, they coordinate implementation. How do you do that? So we make sure coordination structures in there around. For make sure the left knows in the right people. The right knows in the left people.
Exactly.
And for all know who's out the head. And at the end of the day, whose results we get.
Yeah.
So this ministry get a responsibility. And I make statistics earlier when I put together all the data. This ministry overseer, they are responsible for generating credible data for development. Now in the country depend on. Then the other aspect, now working with the NGOs. The NGOs are very important in this country. And before now, they may just move around, nobody knows the help for understand them and know what they do and all of that. Yeah. So we don't try to put sense into those, and as a ministry now we coordinate them, we regulate them, we make sure they get the space with them for do their work as well, for contribute, because any plan they do for make sure they depend.
Correct.
Because every money we NGO bring in this country now on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
So how will they make sure they contribute to that development of the country? Very important. So even as I say, for develop the plan and for implement the plan, they are part of it. Now part of the job that as well. With development partners, then they will be called donors, all of that. This ministry get responsibility to coordinate them also. For make sure first of all they understand this plan and we all agree yes, this is not the plan, and whatever resources that they bring council, they also they contribute to the plan and they contribute to the implementation. NIMEC, we're very close to the United Nations. Okay. This ministry, now the window. That is why the window into the government for the United Nations.
Okay.
So we work closely with them. We get what we call a sustainable development cooperation framework. And for that word very important, sustainable development cooperation framework. Okay. Because we get what we call the sustainable development goals where the United Nations develop for the whole world. Yeah. Sierra Leone in plan and everything they do, we link up to that plan. Okay. And we commit to it. Now it makes every year, President Leone for go every year for go get an account of what they're going to do for make sure they contribute to the sustainable development goals. In other words, even we don't plan the medium-term national development plan, we link to that sustainable development goals. They don't give account of what's there. And based on that, international partners, they can sue them for can help. So this ministry, therefore, help for coordinate the work of the partners. So the United Nations, the European Union, the World Bank, they're all African Development Bank, the bilateral agencies like DFID, what do they call DFID now, like FCDO, they're all JICA, then are the Japanese Development, USAID, United States, the International Development Agency, they're all, the help that they bring up, all get to be coordinated and make sure say they in the right direction and support this plan. So part of the work of this ministry for coordinate that and make sure say happen and contribute to all of these. You know, so as I say, there are many things we really do as a ministry, and I can go more and more into this, but I don't think say
okay.
No, we limit and
all right. Okay.
These are really very critical.
Yeah, exactly.
And, but beyond that, I think the one last thing I will mention is the fact that also we will help coordinate development across the country.
Correct. Yeah.
So we don't create local councils then district councils. They're all there. They're all for promote development now.
Exactly.
But how they promote? And a good question.
Yeah.
This ministry get responsibility for coordinate them, for helps make sure so they plan properly.
Yeah.
And the plan linked up to the national plan.
Exactly.
And make sure so they coordinate development. Now we don't have set up what we call a district development coordination committee. Now all the districts, they're very happy with the ministry to work with them to do that.
Okay.
We also help them for then develop them district plans. So we've done do that work already.
Okay.
So each district they get a plan, and we'll even intensify that now.
Okay.
Going forward from 2023 going forward.
Okay.
We intensify that kind of plan. So we make sure say when each council sit down, they make sure they know exactly whose development they go in each district. Now each of the chiefdoms. And who are they, who's players, who's NGOs, who's development partners, who's private sector, and so on and so forth. You know, so now a very wide ranging responsibility we'll get as a ministry for help President Leo achieving vision.
Okay. The program Salon Talk, Uncle Sankara Media Platform. Well, of course, we did live from the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development. We talk to the Honorable Minister. We now Dr. Francis Kaikai. Yeah, so you go like for tell we listeners the outstanding economic achievements of President Julius Maada Bio new direction since will you take over as minister of this ministry?
Well, the president in vision, as I say, now been just explained, and a lot of things have been achieved. And some of them things that we don't get organized now. Nine makes up for the sea within the apple. And even we get global challenges now. Nine then global challenges they're not worse. They could have been worse than this. But we don't see the structures that we have put in place. They're all going forward. Now the economic development side, as I said, it linked up to the medium-term national development plan. And everything what they do now based on that plan.
Okay.
You know, so now all the economic sectors. You take agriculture, you take fisheries, you take the mining, they're all not only generate revenue for government.
Yeah.
In many ways. And so each of them ministry they will try for support them and make sure them play that role where they're supposed to play. Then the infrastructure side also important. You know, I mean the whole issue of energy, for provide energy across the board. For make sure so we get roads across the board. All they contribute to economic development in many ways. So all we coordination work with their ministries and then for make sure say then they online and then they in line with the targets that we don't set. So we the president say they meet electricity. They about 15 or less
15%
in terms of coverage. Now we talk about over 35%.
Exactly.
Maybe going to 40 at some point. You know, again, now because there has been very serious planning in that sector there. And not only for the urban areas like Freetown, like McKinney, like Bow, like Kenema, no, or Konona, where they're all the boost down light don't improve. Even what we call the mini grids, the concept of mini grids. We discuss now with the partners that we don't can for help the government for actually create electricity based on solar power. Now, Boku towns now, small towns, big towns, commercial towns, and so across the country. So again, the aim now forget over 100 of these across the country. Now we did about 80 something already.
Yeah.
We they walk across the country. Mini grids, we they all they get lights. 24 hours now, sir. Even more than Britain.
Correct.
In many ways. They're all they work now. And which now they do, they power economic development at the local level. Right now, most of those villages, plenty. They're not they do small businesses now. And which will try for many power they increase so that in a way we can get what we call value addition from the agriculture. You get them mill now where they go rice mill them. So when they harvest the rice, first that in matter other than the bitter. We want to make sure they get rice mill now, small mill them. Where they keep processing rice. So our rice go in the market very easily.
Okay.
Oil palm, same thing, the processing small machine where they use small electricity and so on. Now the transformation anyway they go on Boku villages. We at some point that evaluation they will try for make sure say happen. Let go assess it.
Mr. Minister,
the kind of developments they go on right now. Then small commerce they go on, small businesses they go on as well.
Yeah.
So if you go now Boku villages this past season, you see say plenty they were so happy and they are moving on. And that's in the pipeline, plenty wake up.
Okay.
And so by I remember you mentioned by June 2024.
Yeah.
A lot more going to happen. We will really talk about it.
Correct. Exactly. But now, Mr. Minister, you don't talk on dense transformation. President already gone to the new direction of President Julius Madabi and new ministry. Don't look at the 25% of Sierra Leoneans where they all say they gone dry. Any additional thing to do for soak this 25% of Sierra Leoneans where they say gone dry?
Okay, well, let me look at what that means. 25%. Where they talk about city gone dry. Mrs. Sono Yeri Dani, Yeri, plenty where they fly around. I can understand. Because what's going to happen is we get to admit say when things they look good, you're not going to look for good for everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's be very honest.
Exactly.
If they look good for the one way, first of all, don't discipline themselves and get the training and education first. And then first can get the opportunity. Then you get the one that where maybe they don't discipline themselves, they don't get the training, they don't go through skills training, they don't go through college, they don't get out of school, then they look for job newly. Then one accept it. Then one is very hopeful, they don't go see the ground dry, they can busy look for really the opportunity.
Exactly.
Then you get other one then where really they've not been very disciplined. They have been spoiled by what's not happened in the past, where they can just go shower money here. I mean, without them doing anything whatsoever.
Yeah.
They only even walk or go wash the car, they get something, and then just give them something, just like that. No problem.
So, like you mean the one that maybe they'll use for, like, say, by Ibobodia or Ibobodia there or.
You get that group there all the time. And in background, we been part of DDR program.
Okay.
Now me disarm, demobilize, reintegrate Sierra Leoneans and lead that process.
Wow.
In this country.
Okay.
A little over 20 years ago,
okay.
I finished that program. So during that time, we been also know say, Boku youth man and they will not green land. Even some will give scholarship, we still then go land trade. Plenty use money, then go for the allowance. As allowance done, they take it easy. They're not green land at all. So you always get a percentage of Sierra Leoneans when they agree to do nothing. And I think in the hands all the time. Yeah. And then also with politics come they can use men and do bad things.
Exactly.
And all of that.
Yeah.
They are there, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
You understand? So even if Manabu don't do the best and bring the moon right down to earth, they will get people that way, whatever happens, they are just like that too. They will shout. The most important thing is let us not be distracted by those people.
Exactly.
But at the same time, let us focus on them and make sure say take that out one after the other. Let us begin to confront them and ask them, what do you really want to do for your life in the future? Because pregnant, you also be grown self today. Maybe not for today no more. Like what it happened in the past. When somebody don't get something, we don't hear big money now. They say man they get.
Yeah, exactly.
We Mr. Semi hate this thing.
We then cut that away.
And so if somebody don't go take 100 million on side, they can scatter 5 million abroad. So money will gladly for that deal.
Exactly.
But they don't take 99 go away.
Yeah.
Wait if I don't invest. You then use money. It is so it's a bit different. You know when you look at it, you analyze them very well.
Yeah.
Because we still don't deal with them same youth man. We don't try to provide opportunity for them. For them to go back into society. But what we need to do, as I say, for make sure see, we try to identify them youth man in the way they blown dry. Lord, really sit down with them and really ask them what's in there. Because one of the mistakes that they make, and Lord will not make up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because Sankara.
Yes, sir.
I go one man, we say challenge you.
Okay.
Then you man and they when they say you did run dry.
Yeah.
I really want more to sit down with them.
Okay.
Try ask them.
Okay.
What they really mean by that.
Okay.
And what they want for do for themselves. For make sure say this ground not dry.
Okay.
Because matter be in support where they provide so. Honestly, now for the one you're ready for. Now like free quality education.
Yeah.
Now the most democratic way for support society.
Yeah.
Because Randy, irrespective of outside the body in Sierra Leone, once in Sierra Leone, you get access to them. So now Randy.
Okay.
So if you aspirant that you get a young picking, you don't make you go to school.
Yeah.
You see no way they just sell water for you. Then or you give her away, or you born too many of them, then you never take care of them. You know. Then you make them not go to school at all. We free quality education day. Yeah, you go to turn around again and blame Mother Bill.
No, no.
You see, so now so I go once make
the Uncle Sankara media platform.
Sit down with them at the top of the ground, right?
Okay.
Really no understand what they mean by that.
Yeah.
And then we'll begin to look for solutions for them as well.
Okay.
They are all Sierra Leoneans.
Okay.
We value their ideas. We value what they talk. And I make self if I for talk to them. But you will find out say plenty not probably get any ideas. They need help.
Exactly.
They always say the ground dry, they need help. So we need to focus on them and try to see how can we get them. Because that 25%, so they will go to reduce on to 5%.
Exactly.
Another 20% will not add to the one that will not join the development trade at this country.
Yeah.
See, so we get for drop.
All right, the program Salon Talk from the Uncle Sankara media platform. We did live from the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development. First of all, Mr. Minister, before I go to the next question, I want to tell His Excellency President Joseph Abio, thank you for appointing you as a vibrant person into this ministry. Of what you don't talk so, because these are some of the questions, observations, comments. We listen to them cut across the world. The one they would oversee and the one they would in our inland, so can send the message and it to we of what you don't see. It's like you don't clear them, you don't perfectly clear them. So I want to say thank you to the president who he appoint you, and as he say yes, you are the right man, because when you explain so it really don't clear all this issue. But now we come into another one disturbing one, that the dollarization. I hope you get more to explain to the people of Sierra Leone. And even non-Sierra Leoneans within Nasaloyaso, the dollarization. And also, how Salon economy day? How a day? Where are we with Salon economy? This now the Honorable Minister, Dr. Francis Kaikai, Ministry of Planning and Economic Development.
Well, thank you very much. That's a very important point you raised about the economy, dollarization and all of that. You know, this is a constant challenge we don't face over the years. No, it didn't start over the years. And for Sierra Leone, we join all the other African countries, developing countries. We dollar not to enter we own currency. But we always try to do something for make sure say we get the dollar. You know, side the problem don't come for we is that before you get dollar, you get to sell something outside.
Exactly.
If you don't sell, you're not going to get dollars. You understand? Sierra Leone been getting the same challenge before. And how will they get dollar in Sierra Leone? Will they get dollar? Will they sell produce? Will they in agriculture also?
Yeah.
Will they sell cocoa, coffee, cassava, kernels, you know, in those years? Palm and everything in those years. And will they also sell mining? Mining will get it does it go out. Iron ore, diamonds, everything go out. All they say they generate dollar for week. But over the years, we see, if I take to the time when they walk up, as we live over 20 years now, all things they don't stop because we also misuse the opportunity. Because when you get decide you get money from, and that's how you invest all the time.
Exactly.
For invest more in agriculture. If Nadine would get the dollar from the cocoa coffee, let will do that. Yeah. Now that Ivory Coast they do. Good. Now that Ghana then they do. Good. All these other countries are Europe. Agriculture. Mm-hmm. Now the rest we buy. Mm. Why would they buy the rest? Why would we not sell your rest as well? We will be done the export before. We for investing. So now that investment we don't lacking over the years. Now I make they get this dollar problem. Okay. Yes. So now I make President Joseph say, "Lord, diversify
the economy."
That's part of the reason, Andy. You understand? It just can't be say meet up this COVID time, but the plan they will get inside a medium-term plan for agriculture is second to none. All we need for do is get people their attention for go back to agriculture in a very systematic way. Not so much the small agriculture now where people do 1 acre and a half, 2 acre and a half, but commercial agriculture, one private sector for going. Now it makes up with the boku machinery. We president don't make sure they can for going to agriculture. Okay. Now it makes up we investor in come then take them go na locomotive. Then go in that room this one. Then go look at. If they able to do something there, take them go na Tomabo. From Tomabo then go Bonapi. Room this one they run from Port Loko to take Cambia. For me then look and see what will happen there. But COVID came, they above their plans in this month. But still, the plans in their own. And even the mechanization, they don't go. They don't buy machinery, they don't go to each region now. First saying now one man they take the machinery and keep on in the backyard. But these are not possible. Now people they manage them. So you are ready, you hire and they go work for you. So that system here, all we need for them for perfect that system in now, as it is. I mean, irrespective of all these challenges we don't get, we plenty in a global challenge. But we as Sierra Leoneans, we self for those say, we for invest back in the area than they. First, we invest for cut down importation of rice, more produce more rice locally. Two, the thing that will be the sell, where they give you the dollar, now we invest in the areas. Okay. Where they produce cocoa and coffee and all of that. If you see what's in the happen in Connaught district right now, as they speak, Connaught district now one of the most viable districts for agriculture now. Okay. Then do a small show this BNs and when I get with they organize a Connaught conference. Yeah, Connaught conference. Of December. Yeah. Fantastic. We all did it, we see, we assess, and we only move around. You know, we just said that we get a lot of time when they spend it, we don't see. But if you see the kind of produce they come on Connaught district these days. When World Food Program we do World Food Day in Kabbalah. See the kind of produce that we come with. It's unbelievable. Okay. So all the agricultural areas, cashew nut they grow a lot in the north now. Most of the northern province. So we need a lot of investment in these areas. Things that really help for stop for imports. Because we actually import food now with dollars. And now they put pressure on the need for dollars. If we not invest in the cocoa coffee area like we don't do in the Ivory Coast, in Ghana, we're not going to generate the foreign exchange we need. So now that, then countries are then bigger than we, the economy is big, but then they always generate that foreign exchange because they still get a produce market involved. The money where we kill now, then get them. And then they work for them. You see, and so those are the issues. So Sierra Leone, the question is, what will we try sell now where they make we get $1? Now, that's not a problem. Look at all the things they import in this country. Just look at the average breakfast for a lot of people. If you look at it, how much of them are local content? So let's say nine are the questions they will for the ask themselves. And I make, even in we own plan, we will make sure say we give pride of place to agriculture. And President Bill don't say, in fact, the next time now, by God in power, we get next time, we will focus on food security. Exactly. And on agriculture. Okay. Just like we focus like a laser beam on education. That's what we get for doing the same for agriculture.
So Dr. Francis Kaikai, Minister of Planning and Economic Development, into the economy still, because this is no secret that when President Julius Maada Bio will take over April 2018, he will meet the APC administration, we don't paralyze Salon economy. Where are we now with this economy? Who's are we now? Are you okay for we?
The economy, I can assure you, say the economy is on wheels now.
Correct.
The economy they move.
Correct.
You know, and we slowed down because of COVID. then this Ukraine crisis can slow them down even further.
Okay.
Again, because of this with dependence on outside.
Okay.
So that with dependence on that product. But the most critical one, the fact that the fuel they use, also they come from outside. So we don't produce any oil.
Okay.
All right. So fuel, petrol, diesel, kerosene, we therefore depend on outside for America. So if there is a crisis anywhere around the world, around their products, the problem will transmit directly to the economy.
Okay.
And the economy depends so much on fuel, depends on transportation.
Yeah.
Transportation they go up, and as transportation go up, and so they affect our prices and so on. So that side, until we the border we.
Okay.
As a country, a border we, and if a border we, even you wait in governance, if a border you, a border we, a border president you, a border in ministers, a border all the everybody, we mean well for Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Understand? And we look for solutions.
Okay.
And we discuss solutions.
Solutions, yeah, exactly.
We don't want to talk about because we all know the problem already. We will talk about solutions. So what we want, even the one that we want to discuss the issue, we know how many just say, look, price will go up. Oh, look, price will go up. We know that already. What we want here is, if I've been in governance, that's so I will do. More here is something very different from what the government is trying to do now.
Yeah.
For example, we don't waive all the tax system.
Correct.
For bringing fair products in. I mean, we're not getting revenue again from main source. Just for make sure say happen. We don't make sure the small dollar where they come, them prioritize for bringing fair products.
Correct.
For bringing food products. So that we not go to line.
Yeah.
We go to line, one we can think on the past.
Yeah.
You know, then small to line that we can see for fair. Plenty of artificial scarcity.
Exactly.
That's what man can call them.
Exactly.
Artificial meaning somebody say, it only less. Law make us scarce for so we begin make black market. Now we start get more money. So we get people away video. They have more money. And the one who is on and the one who get more money, they want more. They efficiently squeeze the population more during that time and blackmail governments and so on.
Okay.
So we get a lot of things going on in this economy. We're not very good.
Okay.
I tell you, say it's not good for anybody. You understand? But we're saying the government will be joined by is whose actions they will take for make sure so we address them problem.
Okay.
And then they will depend. You know, we address them, we make sure, say, first of all, we understand the people as constraints, we only feel them, because everybody they go to the market. There is nothing like an SFP market or APC market or NGC market. No. Now the same market, all Sierra Leoneans they go, we all subjected to them. So we only feel like the same way. We only react to them differently no more. And we will get responsibility. We God say now I get the responsibility at this point in time. We will think about that and think of solutions. So if anybody else want to talk about it, I may not tell you about just the problem. We know the problem already.
And the solution now.
Solutions.
Exactly.
Because solution now they show leadership.
Exactly.
Now they show say, yeah, me son a leader.
Yeah.
But when somebody they describe problem to me all the time, they come up with ideas on how to move forward. Yeah. They show leadership.
Exactly.
You understand? So that leadership day, I think that they will get problems more.
Exactly.
You know, from what they listen around.
Okay.
Now they see leadership.
All right. The program Salon Talk from the Uncle Sankara media platform. Of course, it's on Wednesday, the 4th day of January 2023. We did live from the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, and we guest now the Honorable Minister, we now Dr. Francis Kaikai. Well, at the cover to me colleague analyst here now. If you analyze, when I get to 2 minutes, if you have a question, I want one question. I'll start with Mr. Christian Lee. It's so specific. Mr. Christian Lee.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Minister. You really impressed me. May God bless you. And Madam, the President, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, no make any mistake for appoint you in this ministry. And I feel say God endow you with the knowledge for steer this ship, for move the being of President Bio forward. May God bless you. I don't get much for say you make me heart full. Because thing where we self not be know, we can get question of then kind of we talk so outside, we not can get answer. But now you don't educate we can get answer to it. Solution, yes, now solution we want. And we know say by God in power, as God will endow you for dispense the solution towards the problem of this country with the saving hand of His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio. May God guide and protect Una. Let me see this country forward so that His Excellency and with Una your own efforts, more especially you, go move this country to paradise in the very near future. Thank you.
Chief Abdul Hassan Faki.
Yeah, Dr. Kaikai, wait, you know, where you talk at the imagine a lecture room, you know. I mean, like, honestly, me today, you give a challenge where it kept me go 360 degrees backward, but 25% of people away the ground dry. You take that graphically for say these are Sierra Leoneans. I mean, then they in that category perhaps out of ignorance or choice, and that as a government now no responsibility not for vex pan them, but for ask them what you now let we do for let una come out inside yanda because una say belong na ya now all belong na ya for the how say the ground dry it not sweet we. You know, now that area they capture, you know, it capture me imagination. And when you challenge you say, let us go to the streets, the Uncle Sankara media platform. Lord, do research now and can give now ideas on how for bring solutions. Yeah. You make a shame because honestly, they young man and they young woman and they I get a book in my area all time. I don't keep feel bad about them all, but I think say I can ignore them. And from today, we won't ignore it again because that's not the plan of the people who don't mean well for the country. Say we not ignore them, they continue for big problems, and the more they continue for big problems, now then they become the cliques and they take the hard drugs. But could they die? Now so last week we bear another young man. He take kush. I think he go beyond something and the level we take him. He pass in normal level. So I mean I guarantee you well. We shall go do research for let we know we think will be the solution for this ground dry. How we will turn around for let all man get a soak ground. Even though we know say.
But mind you again, at 25% of the people they say it guy. You remember where Dr. Francis they tell you this one, Dr. Francis Kaikai, the transformation. You the youth man, when no one become a lazy youth man, there are opportunities. Go grab the opportunities. Opportunities and there.
Yeah. So that challenge you don't do. He say, no, we'll go find out.
And beyond that, whatever we do with that 25%, so percentage most left.
Yes, it will most left.
In that part of normal society, people
yes.
anyway will have been.
Yeah. Okay.
But the policy is very clear: leave no one behind.
Very good. Not the time where I want end them. That for leave anyone behind. Yes. That we are all Australians. We forget careful even that particular group and then we have to remove them from that side and day and continue for giving opportunities and for LSF can inside the train of the new direction for let them get emancipated.
And something like that, we that NAXA program that they give handouts. Maybe not them for the targets. But forget 25% of it. The last 5%. We the one they can't do anything about it.
Very good.
They identify them. So
more
men NAXA try to help them.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr.
Yes, Mr. Mame, come on over to you.
I'll start off because you know when a strategic manager have to be very strategic.
Yeah.
But also in the political history of this country, this is the first time that a president they fulfill the criteria of transparency and accountability. How? He give we the opportunity for meet in cabinet for tell the people of Sierra Leone at home and abroad whose work we in don't do. This is a clear manifestation. I agree with the minister when he talked about agricultural development. China will never be the second world power today. I did not be for an agricultural revolution. May God bless you, President Bio. They continue with that. One day we shall be free, as you rightly say. Now, let's support again on the development in terms of this economic empowerment to people, that will be it moral or financial. You don't say just President Bio initiative. They empower the national
Commission for Social Action.
Yeah, NACSA.
And make cash transfer. And so they talk now also. The whole country, even the representatives abroad, that they dish out finance for boost the market woman, for boost the business community, for boost people of all walks of life, irrespective of who say you did, Nigeria, you did, they look to that. President B is power for all. Now, now come to what most of the unions need. What make we take this course for establish this platform now for informal brothers, irrespective of where you are, from what they see, from what they read, what they go from one ministry to another, they all open and doors done to me. It has never happened before in the political history of this country. All departmental heads them, all the agency heads them will never get difficult to that person before the heads them open the way and talk to me. So that's what they talk to we, right? So there, I want them make the right choice. Come 2023, make them make the right decision. What you do, any minister Francis Kaikai don't say when they go back to bed, they don't. Again, reflect what they find solution. If not for President Bill, but for you, the generation you picking tomorrow, what you go be after we? Dear, I thank you very much. What about my doctor? Just like before I write, they say, I think it looks like an old thinker. But me, I'm an arts man. I like poetry. But on that way down, if they can't go high, he make it for dumb, then he put it in the soliloquize. You understand? You're there, I mean, he put it in suspense, a big book, you catch your head, you hold him out, you say, yeah, wonders never last. You know, just like Uncle Sankara, President Bill never made a mistake. People in misjudge him. When he put somebody at the right place, he not take him because of tribal relations. No. He not take him because of what he said, say because I'm countryman. No. Would have fit that he forget the position. Now this the past government do, when they come, they put people them today will suffer. So I want to make one thing. Any economic backward will ever get the country, not to the cause of the APC, the SLPP. You know the point? Anything bad at the APC, that the SLPP cause them. But today, it don't go to turn around. Now SLPP say, well, if now cause that we don't do, anything that we good, now we cause them. And I'm right fault. Thank you very much, Mr. Minister.
Thank you. Here's the program. Salute Talk on Sankara Media Platform, live from the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development at Hawaii. We're here with the Honorable Minister, Dr. Francis Kaikai. You get 6 minutes for wrap up and talk to Sierra Leoneans. So we dedicate this last 6 minutes to you for talk everything but the economy, the planning, you know, and also we head into the multi-tier election. Now we say June, we say 2023. Now not to 2023 again, no, Mr. Minister, you know. Now we say waiting June 24. So we listen that they ready for listen you now. This ministry in your contribution for re-elect President Julius Madabi on the 24th of June, 2023 now, as usual. So you get 6 minutes.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I mean, I can take the whole day, sir. But 6 minutes fine. 6 minutes fine. Because really, not talk and do.
Exactly, talk and do.
And we know one for the talk too much. Yeah. We rather make people that judge me by waiting on go on so far in a very objective way. You know, an objective meaning take all the circumstances around and see what's not happen, irrespective of whatever. See what's don't look up to this point. It could have been worse. I still talk every day. Because we didn't move around, the country, we don't see all sides. Then we go out to other countries as well and see what's in the happen. Yeah. Then we didn't listen to reports where they come from all over the place. We didn't say we are not the worst. In fact, we probably down there at a stage where really also for just build on this stage now going forward.
Exactly.
You know. But it just be say, you know, whatever happens, the constitution say the president need another mandate.
Yeah. Yeah.
After 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, that's great.
Yeah.
Now the constitution, so we respect that.
Yeah.
So president will go for another mandate. But this time a mandate for continuity of what's on the apple, for build up. Not a mandate for take we back. Yeah. You know, a mandate for take we go forward based on what's in the go on. Now, as a ministry, we believe say we don't do best for make sure say all the levers then we will get control over. They are quite in place.
Okay.
And for move things forward. President Bio in vision way being come through the manifesto transform into a medium-term plan. We likely faithful to a vision to what the people they want, because instead go around the country for listen to what the people they want,
Yeah.
and all drive they go into that plan. And luckily, as a ministry, we make sure that plan is man. Even international partners, they respect that plan. We NGOs, both national and international, they respect that plan. Even the people down there, because we go hand over the plans to all the paramount chiefs, they believe in the plan. And people they go check and see what's in the apple. Then all they say yes, things will go according to that plan. So it's very, very clear that we'll be getting right as a ministry. And inside the back, we don't make sure say we get a good coordination structure for implement outside of Freetown. So each district get a coordination committee now, district development coordination committee.
Okay.
Very strong. Where they move things forward. And we all the development partners, then say don't agree with. In fact, some them provide the resources from all set there. Even the World Bank don't provide money now for make sure say we support that structurally.
Correct.
And apart from that, they don't say, hey, Dr. Francis Kaikai and team, maybe they believe in this district coordination structure. And we start believing for deliver Sierra Leone, for deliver all the plans and all the good things that we want to see. But suppose Dr. Kaikai another place tomorrow, how we go make sure say this thing continue?
Yeah.
So now the question anyway they ask. So for answer that question, we don't make sure say the decentralization plan, we I'm sure the Ministry of Local Government will tell you. We don't make sure say we build that into that plan there as well. The new Local Government Act, where they just passed 2022, we don't make sure say that each district will get a district development coordination committee. Strong one with a propel development. With the help for plan for each district, with the help for coordinate development, and make sure they monitor and see say they go forward. So that a strong pillar now. That institution is very important for make development work go forward. We don't set out. We get a very good relationship now with the NGO community and with the development community. We get a cooperation framework. We all agree with. They're all very happy with this ministry, the work we want to do. And then they give that feedback to the president.
Correct.
And to the people of this country. And I think say even in the one way, then they envy what's in they go on so far. I not go say then they jealous, but then they envy what's in they go on. Then really believe say yes, things are really moving forward. Even with your friends in the opposition, they are all very happy that things are moving forward.
Yeah.
Then this foundation will don't set. It don't set we up now for make sure say the next plan with the guide this government, we will come into the next phase from 2024 going to 2028. We don't set the stage for that already. It's set for implementation, so it will be even faster this time. So we don't do now and then, and that's very important. And we get a very clear blueprint already of waiting to go forward. So all the two talks now is that how for moving forward.
Okay.
And the challenge really for anybody else we feel otherwise, then they tell you the alternative. And see where they move around.
Yeah.
This time Captain Sankara,
Uncle Sankara media platform.
Uncle Sankara platform.
Yeah.
We also investigate that. Are they challenge you now?
Okay.
Make other people and tell you whose alternative they get to waiting they go on now.
Yes, I like that.
Whose structure they set up, they go set up a way different from waiting they go on now.
Yes.
We for propel this country for go forward. But we don't try to do that. And I think say the confidence they don't go and get in the institutions, the international community. I mean, they can shape for talking about because I know one development partner we asked one opposition person the last time, I know I called them. They just go to any good thing where this government come up with. They always criticize. But what's the happen? When they give you the alternative. What now you view on this
solution?
Solution. Love be more solution already.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
yeah.
And then we love this Bokuti. Now we come with solutions.
Yeah.
You see, so now they will get for challenge people. You understand it? But we know say there is confidence in what we are doing. We know overconfident because we know say there is always room for improvement.
Yeah.
And we know the challenges. Because forget the resources also a big challenge. Now they challenge it. And then they'll get for admitter.
Yeah.
As a ministry, we don't get all the money we need all the time for people who really want for it. If we had all those resources, even to some 50%, I swear to God, we will really move Sierra Leone to another level.
Yes.
So much in the area of planning and economic development. But nonetheless, with the support of all the partners, we will work together and make sure, say, we do it together. And we're ready for them also with the people. So wherever they up to the election and beyond, the next day one, we're ready for continue.
Yeah, continuation.
See, the continuation day.
Yeah.
And unlike other side and way, they don't get the same opportunity, but we get it right now. And I make up say, as somebody who done in the development field for over 35 years, I believe say, I try to do the best for make sure say we support continuity.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Support continuity or for do to because a lot of the good things that go on now, we feel say very good. The economic measures that we don't put in place, the Munafa Fund, we don't go around the country. Again, we need more resources for that. If we get more, we will reach out to more. Speeder than a Naxa, the work on the job. It can go even further. Yeah. And all the key ministries will deliver services. We can do it best. We don't left anybody there. Nobody. Even the gender bill we pass, they all get economic development.
Yeah.
Even the people that are disabled in our society, we don't make sure they left there. There are so many opportunities out there we they go on so far. And we will make sure say even in the next plan, we will follow the current plan we will finish now this year. We will make sure say we reflect that one and strengthen the support base we're supposed to get going forward. And finally, the one that will ground dry still, as we don't see a challenge
the 25%.
Let we try to understand what they really mean. And together, let us see how we can solve that problem as well. And the few one that already left, maybe another 5%, we have the hardcore, we have a problem for them. Maybe cash transfer will help them.
Yeah.
So for next time we need to so that next time we go forward. So that we leave no space.
And Mr. Minister, the cash transfer we talk about, sir, now presently they go now with NACSA,
yes.
the National Commission for Social Action, headed by Dr. Sao Anna Aishata Makati, yes. So you see, and then they go there now, they take money.
Yeah.
And that money they say go put up in your business, use some for buy medicine, take some you hit. Let you feel yes. So
it happen. I tell you, we get very, very good appointees.
Honestly.
And they all work really very hard.
Yeah.
And I'm glad because we get the leadership way President Leone show. Honestly, in years where I don't live, I don't think that leadership they really that's something we take for granted.
Honestly.
And really educated as I am.
Yeah.
And they assess things.
Yeah.
And not only President Leone leadership in Sierra Leone, even outside where we all go part of a delegation. The leadership where they provided, and the reverence where they bring to Sierra Leone. Oh my God. Sierra Leone, we are blessed.
Thank you.
And let we make sure say we make the right decision.
Exactly.
Move forward.
Exactly.
I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Economic and Development. We now Dr. Francis Kaikai, we say in the presence of me generals and lieutenants and the absence of the other colleagues at the platform, we say plenty thank. We honor, we invite and give you the space, can get talk one-on-one talk with you. And this message we will make sure we broadcast them. Let Sierra Leoneans listen them. And even we compatriots Sierra Leoneans within the diaspora, they say go listen.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll tell you plenty thank you. Where you don't pull the veil.
Yes.
Now the eyes of
really,
the people.
And really, if it's possible, I want to pay tribute to the staff.
Correct. Go ahead, sir.
At this ministry.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead, sir.
You understand? The staff then they really work very, very hard.
Okay.
I mean, we're not Boku. You understand it?
Yeah.
But any idea we'll put forward, it'll catch on.
Correct.
And then they move ahead with it.
Correct.
And the collaboration with the across government is very important. Because no one ministry will stand by itself.
Yes.
Especially we when I coordinating ministry, we will make sure so we get that collaboration.
Yeah.
With all the staff and all the other ministries. Because we get Ministry of Planning staff, now all the MDAs, key one them, where they oversee what they do. And through them with the data that they provide, we put that together for do the work we do for support them and for support the government.
Okay.
To make sure the things are good.
Okay.
So I really want to thank the staff very much.
Okay.
They are working very hard, but I don't tell them when they embrace themselves. But say this year and a year of focus.
Exactly.
And Lord work very hard. And make sure say we deliver we own mandates.
Exactly.
As a country. I mean, now we only contribution that we will make to we own country, Mama Salon, and of course to we leadership.
Exactly.
We, I say, His Excellency, the retired Brigadier Julius Malabu, they don't provide so far.
Exactly.
And let's look forward to 2020.
So June 24.
June 24, 2023. And I mean, our decision making year. But we know say Sierra Leoneans are becoming wiser.
Exactly.
They're becoming wiser, especially the majority. But we're not going to underrate the other side. But we know say the majority, they are wiser.
Okay.
And we know something.
All right, thank you. Well, make no mistake, Sierra Leoneans, June 24th, vote President Julius Maada for second term in office. Let it continue for standardized Sierra Leone. Me on the program, me na Uncle Sankara, Executive Director, and me plenty thank to me colleague them, Chief Abdul Hassan Faki, Mr. Mohamed Kamar, and Mr. Christian Lee. So they left for you with this one, as usual. Listen!